Okay. Should I go?
Yep, whenever you're ready.
It's going to be great.
Kenny.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to be very good.
This is not the episode yet. This is
not
just
the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the warm-up.
No, this is the warm-up, Ryan. This is welcome to episode 1 of the podcast. Hi, all. I literally, this is going to happen. This is going to happen for a year. I don't know how I can afford it. Okay. Yes. Yay. Okay. It's just the first word. That's all.
Just
the
first word.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Brooke, you don't always have to be a star.
I know, but you do if you are going to be in the biggest boy band in the world. I gotten so worked up that I had thrown up on myself in my stroller. In my 14-year-old self, I said, those are hot men. And look at them now. They're like babies. That was kind of just like a casual interest, which I guess maybe a little bit more than casual. Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of Obsessed. I'm so excited you're here. I just wanted to give you a few little housekeeping notes before we dive into episode 1. First of all, this episode was recorded 8 months ago, if my math is correct, in July. So I just wanted to let you know for context that I was 8 months younger then. I'm 8 months older now, 8 months more wise now. So if anything in that episode seems like maybe a little old or let's say less wise, that is because now 8 months wiser, 8 months older. Just wanted to give you guys that context because that felt important to me. So that's housekeeping thing number 1. Number 2 is we have a Geneva page that you can join. I've never been on Geneva, so this is going to be my first time on Geneva. It's kind of like the Facebook group that we have for Brooke and Connor, if you guys are familiar with that. It's just a place where we can chat about the episode and also other things that we're obsessed with. I'll be popping in. We can stay updated on all of the things obsessed together. The link to the Geneva is in the description. Okay, merch. This is so exciting. We had to dive headfirst into merch on episode 1 so that you guys could get it in time for Valentine's Day because it's a little Valentine's Day-esque. But it's also perfect for any day that's not Valentine's Day as well, and that's why it's so perfect. So let's go through what we have. First of all, this gorgeous, gorgeous tee that says Obsessed on it, which is not only the name of this podcast, but also is just a word that is awesome to be used in any sort of context. So that's exciting to have. And also on the back, very Valentine's Day themed, I'm obsessed with you. So you could get this for yourself as kind of like a self-love kind of thing, or someone else that you love, or you could make someone that loves you get it for you. The opportunities there are endless. Okay, now this is my personal favorite piece that I am, dare I say, obsessed with. This is the Obsessed hoodie. It just so happens that like the Valentine's Day color scheme is just my favorite color scheme in general, the pink and red. So this worked out like really well for the first Obsessed drop being the Valentine's Day drop. So this is the Obsessed hoodie. I love it. Here's the hood. It's gorgeous. I'm looking forward to wearing this all the time, and I hope that you do too. Okay. And then last but not least, but also not last because there's also something after this, are these Obsessed cards. They say, I'm obsessed with you, and you can get them to write a little card for Valentine's Day or anything that's also not Valentine's Day related. You can also use these for. They are just gorgeous and evergreen, perfect for Valentine's Day, and also perfect for any day that's not Valentine's Day. And yay, that's it. Oh, the candle. Okay, there's also a candle that is not in my hands right now, but it'll be up here on the screen if you're looking at the screen. It is a gorgeous fresh linen scent. I have smelled it myself. It is divine, like truly one of the like freshest, like, oh, I just washed my sheets and now I'm like getting into rotting position. It is an incredible, incredible scent, and that is what my room will hopefully smell like for the foreseeable future. So I would love if our rooms could smell the same. Okay, so that is it for merch. You can get all of that at obsessedwithbrooke.com. And without further ado, This is episode 1 of Obsessed with my dear, dear friend, Brittany Broski. I could think of no one greater to have on the first episode of a podcast about being obsessed with things and not being able to like things a normal amount. She is a champion of that movement. She is a leader of that movement. She is someone I look up to. She's my role model. And she is, most importantly, my friend, but more importantly than that, a fellow obsessive. So without further ado, episode 1. This is going to be kind of like a call her daddy.
Okay.
In the sense that like I'm just like I have so many questions for you.
And I'm Cole Sprouse. Can I smoke?
And you're Cole Sprouse. I'd encourage you to.
Could we get an ashtray flown in?
High.
Should have gotten high.
Damn.
We need to do a drunk episode.
We should.
Oh my God.
Okay, I need just like a few seconds to figure out what. Just kind of ease myself in.
Okay.
Because I get
I can ask you some questions.
questions for me. You do have some questions for me.
I do have some questions for you.
Well, I need to introduce you because no
Okay.
one's going to know who you are.
I mean, I really like I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
It's
like
embarrassing.
No, and you're welcome for like giving you the space and whatnot. Okay. I'm gonna start. Does anyone have any objections to that? Okay, here I go. I'm gonna start. Okay. And starting now. Come on. Here I go.
And one.
It's saying the first words. That's what's hard. But here I go. As I've said before, I'm about to get started. So let's go. Okay. Just gonna put my glasses on.
Can everyone silence their cell phones?
Yep.
Drinks in the back.
Okay, so here, let's go. Come on.
Come on now. Come on, y'all. Let's go, y'all.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. Hey, guys. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Obsessed. This is my new podcast. It's called Obsessed, as I have said before. And I am so excited to have you. Basically, what this podcast is we are going to do some deep dives into things that I'm obsessed with, things that my friends are obsessed with, and just like the nature of being obsessed in general. So that's what it is. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Obsessed with Brooke. Ryan, is that right? Obsessed with Brooke. Follow us on Instagram, Obsessed with Brooke. TikTok, Obsessed with, not at all. Yes, everywhere is Obsessed with Brooke. And I love it. And thank you guys so much for coming. And this is our first episode. And without further ado, it would not be... It would not be an episode about being obsessed with anything without my dear, dear friend and love of my life, Brittany Broski.
Thank you so much.
I
for
just
having
like cannot
me here.
thank you enough. My glasses are actually fogging up from the sweat
That's totally
that
fine.
I'm producing. So I'm going to take those off for now. But
Can I just say first and
Yeah,
foremost?
yeah, please.
I am obsessed with Brooke Avery.
and I'm obsessed with Brittany Broski.
And
It's
that
like,
actually means a lot.
it's like frightening. And I like really want to say, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass,
Please, I love it.
but like I don't think I could do this podcast if you didn't exist. And let me get a little bit more into that.
Okay.
You are just like have really inspired me to embrace that obsessive side of myself publicly.
Good. Right.
Because I don't know how you feel about this, and this is like a little bit of a vulnerability moment.
Of course.
But like sometimes like I get like really scared and almost like embarrassed about being obsessed
You gotta
publicly.
No, you gotta bypass that firewall. And you gotta
Yeah.
just go for it and just like talk about it. Because here's what I've
Right.
learned.
Tell me.
By and large, everyone, like there will be
Right.
someone that agrees. Even my most niche interests that I've ever been like, do you guys know this one actor from, he was in like, I promise 2 things. And everyone's like, they're sending me edits of him.
Right.
And I'm like, from the minute and a half of screen time he had, like they get it, bitch, they get it.
99% of people get it, but then there's that like 1% that's like, you're too old to be doing this. And then I watch everything from their eyes. And then I'm like
Well-
giving myself the ick.
Well, that, but also consider I'm just a teenage girl.
I am just a teenage girl in a 20 you know what's body. You know?
20 per not disclosed.
in a 20 redacted body.
Like I'm literally just a girl. So
I'm
that's
just a
my
girl.
defense.
But like I look at you and I'm like, oh my God, like Brittany's doing it and she's so successful and she's so funny and she's so smart. And so like I should not even think twice about it. Period.
Well, because it's like, it's this whole sort of neo-feminism thing of like celebrating, these are the things I like.
Yes.
I'm tired of being like, I love, yeah, sports are so, I don't give a fuck, bitch.
I
Where
know.
is Ewan Mitchell from House of the Dragon? Also, what's the one that we were obsessing over recently?
You know.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe Redacted.
Redacted. We were obsessed with Redacted recently.
Yes.
And something, here's the thing. when you're in the public eye and you're being obsessed, and you're a lot more in the public eye than I am, sometimes you can fly too close to the sun.
Sometimes you put your hand to the stove and you get burned.
Sometimes the people that you are speaking about will see, and sometimes that's really, really good, or sometimes it's really, really bad.
Sometimes it's really, really too much.
Too much. So, you know, we have gotten ourselves into a situation together in which we were obsessing over someone together, and that person got wind.
Lost their
mind. And then it became too much too soon, and we had to step away.
We did.
So, and that's all we can really say due to not nealing to give it any attention right now.
Please, no questions at this time
questions
for either of us. We are really just healing and recovering from that. So.
And did I ever tell you about the incident when I was blocked? See, this is something like I talk about this in therapy all the time because it scares me that like people that I'm obsessing over will see it and then be creeped out by me. Because that's like the least. That's like what I would want least in this whole world.
Yeah, that's my nightmare.
Yeah, that's my nightmare. So I had like that didn't happen, but like something adjacent happened, and I need to be really vague about it.
Okay.
But basically, there was one of my celebrity crushes that I was, you know, I truly like was not doing anything crazy. I was just like tweeting about my love for this person, normal behavior. And then I had like one viral tweet about this celebrity.
The beginning of the end.
And then a few weeks after that viral tweet, someone was like, I just found out that this celebrity has a girlfriend. And I was like, okay, first of all, kill myself. Second of all, devastated. What is there? Like, I need to stalk. Normal human reaction. At first, I was like, oh my God, I'm so crazy for needing to stalk. No, that's normal. Yeah. That's completely normal.
Yeah. The human need to know.
The human need to. I'm curious. Okay? Keep being curious.
Sue me. Keep an open mind.
For being an intellectual and needing more information. But was, you know, just like browsing the girlfriend's,
of course,
internet presence. I had been blocked.
By the girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. By the girlfriend. And truly like, and it was on Twitter.
Bro.
And so I don't tweet except for that, like, at this point I hadn't really tweeted anything.
You come out of the woodworks every 6 months to be like, okay, I want him. And then you go back in hiding.
I had been completely blocked. And then at first I was like, that's like, I am like beside myself. Mortified. Like, but then I'm like, no. And I put myself in her shoes and I was like, if I were her, I would be retweeting.
Right.
So it's also like, I feel bad that maybe you felt uncomfortable at the same time. It's like, okay, like I don't.
You know what, like, I think the solution is?
Block her.
TikTok boxing.
What's that?
You need to box her.
Oh yeah, I could. But then I have nightmares about her and my celebrity crush talking at night and being like, this girl's a freak.
Oh no, because he definitely knows who you are now. So it's like, that's mortifying.
Maybe she did it privately. I don't know. She also could have just been unrelated and she saw one of my tweets and was like, this bitch is annoying, and blocked me. But I don't think so because I don't really tweet.
Is she famous?
I don't think so.
Is she funny?
Maybe.
Okay. Because it's all context clues.
Context clues.
Yeah, like, is she mad?
I can't understand it really. Because the tweet was like really it was like mild compared to a lot of the stuff that's come out of our mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Not only was it mild, it was also not something that I even coined. And I'm getting like too into the specifics of it. But I think that's something that I think about every day. And that's like something that scares me about this podcast specifically. Right. Just being vulnerable right now.
Maybe you should pick like inanimate objects.
To be obsessed
books.
with?
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of people.
Well, that's the safe territory, but it's just not realistic.
It's safe, but it's unfortunately, it's impossible.
It is impossible.
It's impossible. I'm drawn to human connection.
You're drawn to a white man.
Mm-hmm. Sue me.
What? And I'm the villain? They're allowed to just walk around outside and I'm the villain?
Seriously. I have no choice.
Yeah, I agree.
But okay, so I have some questions for you.
Let's absolutely get into it.
Okay. You are also incredibly obsessed with a lot of things.
To a point that is, and I would agree, concerning.
Yeah.
To most people.
Concerning to most people, but as we've established, it's
normal.
Curiosity and it's normal. That's what we want to establish in this podcast. It's it's normal.
What? Because one thing about this podcast is what?
Normal.
Academic. This is
research.
Yep.
You want information.
Yep.
I was going to ask you, have you always been this way? Like, were you born this way?
Yes.
Okay.
By Lady
Congenital.
Gaga. I was born this way. This is passed down
congenital
through generations.
defects.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I think from literally like I saw this thing on Tumblr probably in like freshman year of high school, and I was like, they get it. And it was like, why can't I ever like something a normal amount?
That's what I meant to say. This podcast is for people who can't like something a normal amount. That's what it is.
And I don't know what it is, and it's also like coupled with that is this need to have a crush
Always.
So it's those two things working together like fucking magic.
And it's the fact that like I need to have a crush always, but it can't be someone in real life because I'm practicing more of an avoidance strategy right now.
And it's a comfortable headspace to be in of like, I love them so much and I know, like, put me in a room with them for 30 minutes, I'm getting them, right? Because it's delusion.
It's delusion.
If it's a real person, babe, it's not happening.
No.
And also, I'm not interested.
I'm not interested in real people. I like am the opposite. Like I think it's like a safety thing for me where it's like I know I won't be in the room with you. So like it's safe and I don't want to be in the room with you ever. Unless it can happen the way it's happened in my head, I don't want to be in the room with you.
Exactly. Oh, you love like an imagined scenario?
Yeah.
Fic scenarios?
Yeah. I'm like a walking fan fiction generator. Like anytime, like if you were just having like a normal conversation, like I'm here in person talking to you in my head. I'm at the farmer's market with Andrew Garfield. So
in my head, I'm in the studio.
Yeah.
Absolutely crafting this novel.
Yep.
Wait, are you an AO3 girl?
What's that?
Brooke.
Oh, A Court of Thorns and Roses?
No.
What's that?
AO3?
What's AO3?
Archive of Our Own?
Oh, is that fan fiction?
Yeah.
No, I've
Brooke!
only ever read like one intense fan fiction.
Brooke, what the fuck? Okay, so you're an author. You're not a reader.
I'm more so like it's happening in my head than it's happening.
Okay. You have got to start transcribing.
I think like I don't know if I think in words. You know?
You're very like a picture book
like
type
I
of
think
girl.
it's like a picture like story fairy tale happening like and the pages are turning and there's a narrator maybe but they're not speaking.
It's the intro of Shrek.
Yeah, it is the intro of Shrek. But it's like I don't know if I could try to transcribe it, but
okay.
I'm not an author like you.
You're like Twilight where Alice is like drawing her
Yes,
vision.
yes, it's like yes. But I've only ever read that one fan fiction that was, you know, the length of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix about Kurt and Blaine from Glee. And then after that I was like nothing. I've told you about this. It was about Kurt and Blaine from Glee. Maybe. It was about Kurt and Blaine from Glee, and Blaine was a criminal. He had just gotten released from juvie. He had an ankle monitor.
But they're in Hogwarts.
No, they're not in Hogwarts. They're in high school.
Harry Potter.
Oh, no, it's the length of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, so that's going to run us about 800 pages.
Okay, immediately.
But it's unrelated to the Hogwarts space.
Okay, understood, got it.
But it's not in the Glee universe. It's Kurt and Blaine out of the Glee universe. Blaine, criminal, ankle monitor, just out of juvie. Kurt, you know, innocent. And then
love that.
Yeah, and then we kind of just see where it takes us. And I remember it was like super smutty.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
You know, this is, and I'm going to bare my soul here for a second because I'm now friends with this person and it is like mortifying. And I will say his name.
Yeah.
I used to read Pentatonics fan fiction.
And
of Scott and Mitch. And I just recently went to Scott's wedding.
Yep.
Yes, I did.
How did that feel to see him marry someone who's not Mitch after you've taken in so much Scott and Mitch?
You know, it was hard. Yeah. It was hard, but love wins.
Yeah.
And it wasn't meant to be the way that, you know, it was fed to me as a child. And I just had to live with that. So it was a beautiful ceremony. But in my mind, I was like, this was better in the book.
Right.
Right.
The thing is, everything is better in my head. So what's the point of doing anything in real life?
I'm saying.
Yeah. That's what I said to my therapist the other day, and she was like, "Okay, okay." Did not know where to go from there.
Absolutely stumped.
Completely stumped.
You know what else I used to? I'm now remembering this only on Tumblr. Tumblr would have those little like one-shot fan fictions, like very short.
1D Imagines.
1D Imagines. But I did used to read Darren Criss 1D Imagines, like very short blurbs of like, imagine you're at the movie theater with Darren Criss, whatever, and like that was it.
He was like a huge obsession. It was of mine. I cannot believe I didn't find those.
No, I can't imagine either. Were you on Tumblr?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was very much on the Glee One Direction side. So I am shocked that I didn't find any Darren one-shots.
Good, Darren.
Damn. You know what? It's not too late. Are they still there?
Could we take a break?
Could we I don't know, pull one up? I don't know.
Oh my God, we have to. Look up Darren Criss one-shot
Okay.
Tumblr.
Is that an option?
Oh, it's definitely
Okay.
an option.
Hey guys, we want to take a break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, ZocDoc. Are you that one friend in the friend group that loves to treat yourself? Yeah. It's okay. Honestly, we all do it. You know when you refuse to make coffee at home because that fancy coffee shop is right downstairs and way better? Well, if you treat yourself to the top options with everything in life, why settle when finding a doctor? It's your health after all. Enter ZocDoc, the place where you can find and book tens and thousands of top-tier doctors, all with verified patient reviews. So, don't settle. Go for the best and find the right doctor for you. With ZocDoc, you've got more options than you know. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. Once you find the doctor you want, you can book them immediately. No more waiting awkwardly on hold with the receptionist. And these docs all have verified reviews from actual real patients. We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed, credible doctors and specialists. You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat basically any condition that you're searching for. The typical wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is between 24 and 72 hours. That's it. You can even score same-day appointments. I use ZocDoc, and you should too. Go to ZocDoc.com/obsessed and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/obsessed. ZocDoc.com/obsessed. Hey guys, we want to take a break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Cora. I decided that this year, I'm going to be more conscious of the products I'm using. I've started eating more organic foods, using clean beauty products that are better for me and for the planet. But one thing I hadn't really thought about was my period care products. So I made the switch to Cora. Comfortable period care products that really work and are made with clean ingredients we can feel good about. If you haven't tried Cora yet, now is the time. There are so many products for our periods out there, but Cora stands out. Cora tampons are made from 100% organic cotton, and their pads and liners are made with a breathable, organic cotton top sheet. This new year, I'm trying to be more mindful about the products I use, and with Cora, I know their products are made without chlorine, fragrances, or dyes. Plus, Cora is a period care brand created by a woman with the understanding that we come in different shapes and sizes and have different flows. They have a fantastic range of products that meet our individual needs in all the different absorbencies from light to super plus. And with every purchase, Cora provides period products and body education to people who might otherwise go without it. I love that. I was going to say I love that. So do what I did. Make the switch to Cora. Pick up Cora products at your local Target or CVS. Or have it delivered directly to your door by visiting my special URL, Cora.life/OWB. Right now, when you order online with my special promo code, you'll get 20% off all Cora products. 20% off at Cora.life/OWB with promo code OWB. What's crazy is that so many of our friends have met Darren Criss recently because
I was at a bar with him one time. Because he owns that fucking bar.
Tramp Stamp Granny.
Yes.
I have been there twice and then left due to exhaustion, and then he comes.
Oh, come on.
But the thing is, as I've said, I don't want to be in the room with these people.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah. And
How
I
do you
100%
handle it? Because you handle it really well.
Well, I just talked about this honestly on my podcast because I was because I met Greta Van Fleet recently, which is
you met Greta Van Fleet, you met Maddie Healy, you met Harry Styles, and
you know what happens? It's blackout, first of all.
Yeah.
And then second of all, it's this autopilot thing, which I've kind of seen you do before, where it's just you kind of lock into this witty banter and it's I'm going to deal with this later.
Brittany, when I met Matthew Rubler, that was not witty banter. I would do anything to go back in time and change that moment.
Anything but, in fact.
Screaming in his face, so bad. And
Yeah.
so bad. I
doubt that though.
It was really bad.
We don't have video evidence.
No, but there's pictures of me just on kneeling, almost on all fours, and him
Yeah.
just kind of standing there, just all right.
Yeah.
And people coming up to us, and
Or-
not, of course, for me, not the amount as you or Matthew Gray Hubler, but I wouldn't want someone to scream in my face, so I don't know why I felt that was the approach that I needed to take in that moment.
And you know what? It was just kind of nature, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Natural instinct.
I was blindsided. when it comes down to it.
Because that's what it is like, if I don't have the opportunity to be like, okay, I'm gonna meet this person, like, what am I gonna say, whatever, or like, I've dreamt about this for years, but also not really, because I don't want to fucking meet them.
Right.
It's like, I've every time I've met like Harry, Maddie, Greta Van Fleet, it's been like, do you want to say yes now or never again? And it's like, well, fuck me, dude. I have tattoos for all these people. Like, do I want to pop that bubble? Because what if they suck?
Right.
What if they're dicks and they're like boring, and all these people I've idolized because of their art? You know, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen?
Yeah.
Where she meets the dude and he's just like a suck loser junkie. I think like that's going to be it. But thank God so far it hasn't been. Right? No one sucks yet. But Greta Van Fleet was like, I just kind of they're theater kids. Like, and that was kind of the saving grace behind it, is I just was bantering with them, whatever. They're very smart, very funny. And I was like, bitch, this feels like we're in the wings at a dress rehearsal for like high school theater. Like, it was giving that. And so I was able to kind of, you know, calm down a bit. But with Harry and I don't know. I couldn't tell you what I said, right? If it wasn't on video, hey, don't say that.
They do.
So don't know what that means. But
I mean, they really, who could blame them? But I don't know. I don't want to meet anyone unless I have a 3-page essay that I've already written that I could just say,
have to follow.
Okay, so could you hold on 1 second for me now? Got to read something to you. Pull that out, paper,
Do what for me
hard
now?
copy, and read that.
Yes.
Like, that's the only situation where I would, like, I would say no to meeting somebody, probably.
That's totally
because it's
understandable.
like I don't know.
Well, and people don't get that level of like, I love you so much, I can't even like watch the stuff you're in.
Right. I don't want to meet you unless it's exactly like how it's gone in my head.
It took me 3 months to watch Pedro Pascal's Hot Ones, because I was like, I can't fucking deal with this.
I can't. So you're, as I would classify, 0.5ing. To your 0.5ing, Pedro. In the sense, I'll explain that. So, you know, you were on the episode of BNC when I kind of went through this tier system that I do want to lay out, just because I'll be using that in future Obsessed episodes. So 0.5 is like the highest, tier 0.5, where you actually just can't engage.
Yes.
Okay. Cannot engage right now for both mental and physical health reasons.
Yes. For the well-being of everyone.
It's for the well-being of everyone. It's too much to bear. Well, actually, I had to 0.5 Harry Styles.
Well, and that's a completely like absolute. That is the default setting
for
him.
I just like scroll past.
No,
like,
I don't know.
Because it's just like, I don't want to, like, I can't engage.
Well, it's like, I love you so much that if I see these videos, I'm gonna get sad. And I don't have time in my schedule for today. Like, I haven't really given myself time to like be sad. So
it's not worth. It's like not good for anyone right now.
No, and he's still, that bitch has been on tour for 8 years.
I don't know how he is standing.
No, either. He loves it. He loves it.
I was gonna say, do you think he's happy?
Oh, I think he's the happiest in the world. Yeah, I think that's what he was like put on this earth to do. But even then, it's like, he's only human.
So yeah, I don't.
Y'all are milking him for every penny.
I don't get it.
I don't.
And he's been like an angel when you've met him, right?
Oh, I can't talk about it.
I have never heard a bad word, which is like
right.
For someone so high profile and public, like, you think like someone would say one bad thing. I have not heard one bad word.
Never. And if you go on YouTube, because I used to do this in high school, Harry Styles diva moments, it's like not real.
No.
It's him being like talking to, oh my God, this made me cry the first time I saw it. There's this video of Harry getting into like a Suburban after this like dinner, and he's got leftovers. And paparazzi are like coming up to the car, and they're like, Harry, where's Kendall Jenner? Are you dating? Da, 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 da. And Harry goes, hey man, have you eaten tonight? And the paparazzi's like, no, actually. He's like, are you hungry? He's like, yeah, I'm actually kind of hungry. And he goes, here's a burger. It's all yours, man. And he was like, oh, thanks, Harry. And Harry goes, have a good night. And he closes the door. It's like, who the fuck else would even think
Oh, Brittany, I have every hair on my body standing up at a 90-degree angle.
I'm telling you, like, who does that type of shit? Instead of being like, leave me alone. Like, no questions.
Oh my God, I would punch them in the throat.
Right.
Like, he is like the biggest person.
He's the biggest. And it's like, he has every sort of, like, he's laid the groundwork in his career and his success to be a fucking asshole, and he chooses not to be. Even when people are disrespectful to him. There's another video of a paparazzi tried to follow him home. Like, Harry, like, follow him. And he was like, have a good day. Like, kind of like, leave me alone.
Firm,
but
have a good day.
Yes, but he's still so polite. And it's like, these people are not owed kindness because they're so invasive. But I just love him so much. So that's why I can't watch Harry Styles.
Yes. And echoing.
Yes.
But I've been like even in the One Direction era, like I was still 0.5ing him. Like I I was a Niall girl simply because
it's not like
sure, in a perfect world I'd be a Harry girl. I'm not afforded the luxury of being a Harry girl right now.
I wasn't given the means to deal with being a Harry girl.
So Niall, love him to death. Would never say a bad word about Niall.
Love him goddamn death.
But, not Harry. But
what's below 0.5?
Okay. I'm glad you asked. Okay, so below 0.5 is just simply tier 1.
Tier 1.
Which is when, hold on, I need to situate this mic in a way that I could actually see my computer. Okay.
Thank you for my Rice Krispie treats, by the way. Ryan, the producer, trademark,
TM,
texted and said, "What's your rider?" And I said, "Could you just slap a Rice Krispie treat on a paper plate?"
Rice Krispie treat and tap water.
Hey.
The new cookies and milk.
Lukewarm sink water.
Okay, tier 1, and I'm just going to read verbatim what I have written in my outline. Okay, tier 1 is when someone consumes your every waking thought. You can't stop watching and obsessively consuming content. You cannot imagine your life without them, and the thought that you won't end up with them makes you actually physically sick.
Yeah. Bo Burnham.
Yeah. That's Bo Burnham?
I could cry.
I had no idea you felt that way about Bo.
It's bad.
I almost feel like you might be 0.5ing him because I've never even heard you speak about him.
It's getting to 0.5 level. It's Bo Burnham and Ewan Mitchell, if you know who that is. Very not.
Is he British?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have put him on my close friends one time. Because he was in this he's in the Game of Thrones prequel. Like that's how I came to find out about him, and I was like, he's kind of cute. Who is this guy? And I've proceeded to watch everything he's ever been in.
Perfect.
And I mean 7-season long shows where he's in it for a minute.
Yep.
Like whatever it takes, I will be there. I will meet you there. And he's mine. But he's so fucking private. We don't know bullshit about him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like we don't know anything about him.
I kind of love when they do that because it's that is like a full blank slate for me to project all of my wants and my needs.
That's literally it. Oh my god.
Yeah, like give me nothing.
And I showed this to my best friend Taylor, and she goes, "He's just a white man." And I said, "Why the fuck would you say that to me?"
And as we've established, sometimes that's all it takes. Unfortunately. But he's precious.
Thank you so much.
Hey, anytime.
Thank you. But he has a striking resemblance to Bo Burnham, and I think that's what it is. He reminds me of Bo Burnham, like a British Bo.
Bo gives me and Ewan, they kind of just got back from a camping trip or something. There's some sort of I haven't showered in a hot minute.
Yeah, I'm a little greasy.
But in a hot way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
I love him so much. That's my tier 1 right now. Yeah. Do you have a current tier 1?
Yeah. My tier 1 is Andrew Garfield.
Well, that's always ever present.
Always.
Right.
But it's I don't even want to talk about him because I don't even want to minimize him to just a crush because it's it's simply so much more than that.
No, it is. And it's also that's it where people are oh my god, I love Andrew Garfield too.
No, you don't.
You fucking don't.
You don't. Hey, you don't get it.
Hey, shh.
It's also just an admiration for his craft that is goes beyond
Spider-Man.
What? Spider-Man? Tick Tick Boom. Look, I've seen every film. It's literally I don't even want to Tom Holland says his relationship with Zendaya is too sacred, so he just keeps it private. That is exactly how I feel.
Please respect our
about Andrew. I don't even want to speak on him.
Now, can I ask a question?
Yes.
The clips of him talking to Amelia from Chicken Shop Date, how did those affect you psychologically?
It's a great question, Brittany. That is more so just it's so hard because my first instinct, because I'm a victim of the patriarchy, is always just to be fuck her.
Right.
But you could never think that about Amelia because she's so fucking funny, so perfect, so witty, so sharp.
Cool and collected.
So cool, collected, just perfect. So I just kind of I don't watch them. So I'm just I love it. I love her. I love them both. I love it. But if he is ever on Chicken Shop,
it'll be over. Sorry, y'all gave me a Coca-Cola and you expect me to like not vomit.
I'm not expecting that from you. If he's ever on Chicken Shop, I'll be out of office for 3 to 6 years.
Understood.
Like, I don't think I would watch it.
That's what I feel. Like when Pedro was on Hot Ones, I was like, not watching that.
Like it's only gonna hurt.
Yeah.
There's nothing good that will come out of that.
Yes. Because I think also you need to add this to your fucking tier list. I'm sweating. I'm so excited, by the way. There's a tier list of level of obsession, but also timeline of obsession. which is the very right. It swells at the very beginning where it's like, I've got to consume every piece of media with this man in it, or I'm going to kill myself.
I will die. I will die. Yes.
And it's like I find myself canceling plans because I'm like, I have to lay in bed.
I'm busy with my research project.
I am doing discovery.
Yes.
It's literally
It's enrichment hour.
It's enrichment time, but like, hey, it's 8 hours. I have not gotten out of bed. It's that of like, so that probably lasts, how long would you say? 2 weeks?
It's the honeymoon stage.
Yes.
It depends. It could go anywhere from 2 weeks to like a month or so.
Oh, easily. Yeah. I think the longest I've had one was probably Pedro when I started The Mandalorian, and then I went back and watched Narcos, and then all the movies he's been in ever. And it's like, these are lengthy seasons. And I think that was probably like 2-3 months. But after that, I think there's a phase in between.
Remission.
Yes, where it's like, I actually don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then you come back and it's
flare-ups.
Yeah.
It's an illness. It's like literally an illness. Like you can be in remission and then you could have flare-ups and then you're back in remission and then you just like don't know. Like it is like a clinical.
It's honestly diagnosable.
It's like really bad.
It is. And then I think the landing spot is when it's the right person, 0.5.
0.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone eventually ends up in 0.5. I think the cycle is tier 1. Or at least this is what's happened to me in my past. Like I think about all my tier 1s from when I was younger. Yeah. They go tier 1 to 0.5 and then eventually down to tier 3.
That's fair.
But I don't see how like any of my current tier 1s would ever go to tier 3, but that's what you always think.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God. I remember like so viscerally. Do you listen to the Arctic Monkeys? Okay. Well, you would get into Alex Turner, who's the lead singer.
I'm sure I would, Brittany,
like,
but I cannot afford it right now.
I don't have time. Joking on my
I do not have time.
I do not have
any more enrichment time hours left.
No, the schedule is full. I think that that was the first time in my life I was ever like, it's him or I join a nunnery. Like it's fucking over, bitch. Yeah. Like it's him or nothing. I think like, but I've had these phases of like, it's him and then it's someone else and someone else, someone else. And then it makes me think like when you look back and you're like, why did I ever think that about that person?
Right. Well, what's scary is like, because we're delusional, it's like, I think we're just like projecting the same exact person onto these bodies.
It's very accurate.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah.
When you like come down, like when you face the reality of that.
Are you reading?
It makes me uneasy.
ACOTAR?
I am on the first. I've been on the first one for a while.
Okay.
It's good, but I'm not like, nothing has like hooked me yet.
It's coming.
But I hear the second one is when you get like in deep.
There's like probably like halfway through the first one, it's like, it's a little spicy.
Okay,
and
I have not gotten to any sort of spice.
Okay, no. Once you do that, you will be hooked. And then all these other characters come into play. And it's like, oh my, it's enemies to lovers twice.
Okay, I'm confused because I don't think I'm spoiling anything. And if I am, we can cut it. But the first book is about, and this is A Court of Thorns and Roses, Feyre being in love with
Tamlin.
And the second book's about her being in love with someone else?
Sure.
Okay.
Enemies to lovers twice.
I don't. Okay, whatever.
But you have to get into it because it makes so much sense in context.
Okay.
Like trust.
But like, I don't want her to be. I want her to be in love with the same person.
And no, but you don't.
Okay. I don't.
All will be revealed.
Okay.
You have got to finish because that is what I was going to say is what you're talking about of like, who is this man that I'm like casting on to these famous men? Who do I want them to be? I think it comes from fan fiction. Like, I have this idea of what the perfect man is, and hey, he doesn't exist.
No.
So
he doesn't exist. That is something that, like,
it's a fact.
You sometimes have to kind of sit with that for,
and it's
for a
awful.
minute. It's terrible.
It's awful because it's like, I sit here and I'm like, I know Bo Burnham is the perfect boyfriend. Right. Not.
No. Don't know him.
Don't know him.
Everything's in my head. But then I go back to that Dumbledore quote that's like, okay, just because it's in your head doesn't mean it's not real. Okay, true.
Okay, period.
Okay, period, Dumbledore. Period, Albus. Let's go.
Come on, Albus. Let's go.
Let's hear for Albus. Like, yeah. Like, I'm fine living in this space. Maybe I'm not, though.
Well, that's it is like, so how long is this going to fucking fit? Am I going to be 38? Like, oh,
right. Brittany, I read the scariest thing in my journal the other day.
Do I want to know?
I don't know. Probably not. I'm going to tell you anyway. I was 12 writing in my journal and being like, this was about Jonathan Groff. Who, to this day, the most... Brittany. He's so much more than Kristoff. Okay, have you seen Glee?
No, since
Jesse St. James. We've got Spring Awakening.
Okay.
We do have Kristoff. We have King and Hamilton. We've
Right.
got The Show Looking. We've got tons of other stuff
This
that
is me
is
with
not
Robert Downey
in the
Jr..
cabin. Like literally, Voice of an Angel. Anyway, he has been, I think, to this date, like my most intense crush ever. Wow. Like he was my first, like big, like it's him or death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I wrote this thing about Jonathan that was like, I will never find somebody in real life that I love as much as Jonathan. And so I guess I'll just never find anyone. And I was 12. And now I'm sitting here, 20 redacted, thinking the same thing. What am I going to be thinking when I'm 40?
No, I'm
like
saying,
it is getting to the point where it's like, maybe try some dabbling in reality.
Yes. Hey, let's cool it. Maybe
Let's try meeting someone, a real person to project everything onto.
To hold to a standard that doesn't exist.
But it's just scary because again, like I think it's like mostly just like avoidance. It's like I don't want.
Yeah. Well,
like,
it's also the fear of it's avoidance and the fear of being disappointed.
Yes.
I know that this man who I've made up will never disappoint me because he can't reject me.
Can't.
He can't be mean to me. He can't whatever. Like he can't do any of that. He can't tell me I'm fucking ugly and bad.
There's nothing he could do because I have complete control.
Yes!
But it's so scary to just like lose that control.
Yes.
Wow.
But-
we are kind of like completely rewriting like history. Herstory.
I think that I just talked about this with my therapist yesterday because I said, it feels like every time I meet a young gentleman and it feels like there's going to be something there, like it's witty banter. It's like I confuse witty banter with a straight man as you want me so bad.
Yes.
Like I make you so nervous.
Because that's what it is in your head. It's
yes!
like, yeah. It's so
like,
confusing.
It's like, I get it. I'm a lot. Like, you're nervous right now. I'm just very intimidating.
Yeah.
But, like, it's usually not true.
Yeah.
And I always, like, over-romanticize it in my head. And then when inevitably they're like, oh, I just want to be friends. I'm like,
what? You want me
to kill myself?
I know.
What
It's
you
like
really
so
want.
bad.
It's so bad.
So it's just like.
Well, I go through this over and over and over. And so it's like, it almost reinforces this idea of no one's going to be as good as what's in my head. So why even fucking try? And my therapist is like, why do you always say always? And I said, good question. And she was like, it's not always. It's, I would say, in the past.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you need to stay open and curious. And I
hard
said,
to
Ariel,
stay
shut
open and
the
curious.
fuck up. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Like, she's annoying.
No,
I'm gonna box her.
I'm feeling like I'll literally just like be talking about like all of these celebrities, and I'll see like my therapist writing like Andrew Garfield. Stop writing that. Stop writing.
So
that.
what'd you write down?
What are you writing about him? Get his name out of your mouth. I'm telling you, like if in the future somebody uncovered my therapist's notes about me, it would be the next season of American Horror Story. Like
Ryan Murphy's on the
Ryan
phone.
Murphy, like terrifying, like really
like check the hard drive.
deep, like dark.
Yeah.
Dark
And scary.
Dark.
That would be
But-
such a good, like, actually, like, if it was a season of Inside a Teenage Girl's Mind,
They've tried that.
we could write it.
We could it would be like so extreme.
Yeah.
There are more people like us for sure that would relate to it. There really
100%.
are, and that's what our podcasts are really trying to connect to.
And you know what? I am just obsessed with Brooke and Brittany.
And I'm obsessed with Brittany Broski. That goes without saying. Okay, I wanted to talk to you about fanfiction.
Okay.
Because last time you were on BNC, you made the courageous decision to tell us about the fanfiction that you had written.
Yes.
Is that something that you would be open to sharing what that was about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's public knowledge now, so I'll come clean. It was about Cole Sprouse. And so this Cole Sprouse fanfiction is going to be set around the Gulf War.
The thing I admire about you is like, yes, you're delusional, but you're really smart. Like, I don't think I know where the Gulf War was.
I was 17 writing about shell shock in the Gulf War. For some reason, this is just coming to me.
Yeah.
And I did position it around the Gulf War of him coming back from TDY, temporary duty, right? Overseas.
What's the Y stand for?
Dude, E.
Oh, duty.
Yes.
Okay.
And he came back, and of course, it's not the Cole that
It's
left
not
me.
the Cole you remember.
Right? It's not the Cole that I married. And So what's funny, Kenny? Are you giggling
wrong,
about?
Kenny?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Sorry, no. This is heartbreaking. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much for saying that. So I just want to make sure there's no question.
Feel free to interrupt us anytime if you have questions.
I am not trying to disrespect.
And so he comes back, and of course, he left a part of himself in Afghanistan, right?
As we all do.
As it happens to everyone. And so the rest of the fan fiction is me helping him work through his PTSD. And unfortunately, I did not finish this work. And it's a work in progress. And I did send it to you and Meg.
Brittany,
Would you like to share?
I am not joking. And I was super high when you sent it to me, so I don't think that has anything to do with what I'm about to say, but that was the best thing I've ever read in my life.
Oh my God!
I'm not joking. What you said to Cole at the end of that chapter.
I have to run away.
When he was kind of coming to terms with the fact that he left a piece of himself in Afghanistan, what you said to him, Brittany, my goosebumps had goosebumps. Truly, I think if you were real life in that situation, you could heal him.
I literally could. There is nothing a strong man is right behind him as a strong woman.
There was nothing anybody could have said to Cole in that moment besides what you had said.
And I wish, this is never going to see the light of day. Unless it will, probably. I'll probably do it for a YouTube video. But it was I remember writing it in my childhood bedroom being damn.
Hey guys, we want to take a break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Everyplate. Looking to budget your food expenses in the new year? Save big and eat great with America's best value meal kit. Their meals are cheaper than your average fast casual meal, so ditch the takeout to save money while still enjoying fresh, satisfying meals. They're the easiest way to eat affordably. Put the money you save towards making 2024 plans. You can count on Everyplate to make mealtimes easier without compromising on quality. Everyplate recipes include the highest quality ingredients, including sustainably sourced seafood that meets the Monterey Bay Aquarium seafood rankings. So you know your meals will be fresh and flavorful. At first, I was skeptical, thinking meal kits might be expensive, but now I'm convinced you can get the same deliciousness at a much lower price. A few nights ago, I made the spicy bean and pepper quesadilla, and not only was it one of my favorite recipes, but it also saved me so much time in the kitchen so that I have time to do other things that I enjoy. Make sustainable choices this January. Everyplate offsets 100% of their delivery emissions, and their meals have a 31% lower carbon footprint on average than supermarket meals of the same portion. Plus, nearly all packaging materials are curbside recyclable in most areas in the U.S. Get started with Everyplate for just $1.49 per meal. That's $1.49, not $149 per meal, plus $1 steaks for life by going to everyplate.com/podcasts and entering code OWB. Subscription must be active to qualify and redeem $1 steak. That's everyplate.com/podcast and enter code OWB for $1.49 per meal plus $1 steak for life. That's up to $110 value. Obsessed is sponsored by BetterHelp. Everyone always talks about new year, new me, but this year I'm focusing on things that I want to continue to keep doing, like taking my vitamins every day and going on morning walks. Around New Year's, we get obsessed with how to change ourselves instead of just expanding on what we're already doing right. Yes, I love that mindset. Maybe you finally organize one part of your space and maybe you want to tackle another. Or maybe you're taking your supplements every morning and now you want to actually eat breakfast too. Therapy helps you find your strengths so that you can ditch the extreme resolutions and make changes that really stick. Therapy has given me tools to navigate life's challenges, fostering resilience and a healthier mindset. It's a judgment-free space where I've learned to prioritize self-care, set boundaries, and build lasting positive changes. It's an investment in yourself that pays dividends in personal well-being and a more fulfilling life. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Celebrate the progress you've already made. Visit betterhelp.com/OWB today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/OWB. How old were you when you wrote that?
I was in college, actually. I'm lying. 19.
It's really well written.
Thank you so much.
So good, Brittany. I hope that the world gets to experience it one day because
I was worried because you were like, I will let you know I am high. Mm-hmm. I did participate in marijuana.
And ripping my binky.
And my binkies in my mouth. And I was like, this is going to overwhelm Brooke and Megan. They're not going to like, I physically was like, I don't think Brooke is going to read this.
I read it 3 times.
I was so glad you did.
It was so good. And so I have decided today, Brittany, you know that I have written one fan fiction in my life, senior year of high school during my Criminal Minds obsession.
Please, are you going to read it?
I think so. Please. I brought it and I have not looked at it. So I'm like, I am so scared of what it could be.
If we need to take pauses,
I think we'll very slowly, we'll read it sentence by sentence.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna be.
It's about, and the plot is like, it's like not okay.
Concerning.
Like, it's like, Brooke, like, you shouldn't want this. Like, this is unacceptable.
Why did you feel the need to put this in writing? So
it's about Matthew Gregouber plays Dr. Spencer Reed, who is like this like savant.
Right.
He's for sure like on the spectrum, like so smart, like super awkward. But in this fan fiction, he has like 3 PhDs at like 20 or something. And he's a therapist. And I have been through something incredibly traumatic. Okay. I don't remember exactly what, but he is my therapist in this.
Okay.
Which I'm like, Brooke, what? But
it's fine. There were so many.
He's not my therapist anymore once he learns about his feelings for me.
You can't break, what is it, client patient privilege?
God, no. But
God, no. Can we pull up a picture of Dr. Spencer?
Yeah,
Reed
that's really good.
For my
he's exquisite.
You think I don't believe you?
Yeah, get him like really like season 3 of Criminal Minds. Ew, Brittany, I can't read this.
No, you can.
It's also like
where did you type this and how old were you?
On a Google Doc. On a shared Google Doc with my friend. Yeah, any of those. Kind of just like dweeby, but also like really like bags under the eyes. Yes. Like there's a darkness.
Now, can I say, if you could go back to the general search page, he does look a bit like Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? I'm seeing it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's fantastic.
I think that's fantastic too. Phoebe's a beautiful woman.
And
I do tend to like, there's like a feminine side of men that like 100%. I really love.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. But, and I could talk about this for hours. When we say that as women, I don't mean femboys on TikTok Live who wear skirts and paint their nails black.
No, I mean like a non-threatening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a non-manipulative. Like, I see. You think we don't see what you're fucking doing?
Right.
Like, can't wipe that fucking nail polish off your nails.
Yeah,
still like
that does not do
ugly.
It for me.
Yeah, it's not doing it
right now. But who's to say? My tastes are always evolving.
Right, of course.
I'm always open.
I will say I've been friends with you for so long. Yeah. I am always a bit shocked by your in real life crushes. Well,
yeah. No, it's not good. It's like pretty bad.
It's like I'm like, okay, I'm trying to see.
There's no consistency.
No,
in real life.
Have a type.
Yeah. No.
Which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. Yeah.
I'm always like, oh,
yeah, Brooke, they're really cute.
Brooke, no, yeah.
Yeah, good job. Really cute. Together. I wish you the best. Yes, good job. Okay, so.
All right.
I'm taking it sentence by sentence.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm feeling sick.
Can we get a big, like, industrial fan here? There's sweat dripping down my back. I'm nervous.
Okay, first, we're going to start right off 4 years earlier. ... Okay, I had thought it all through. Multiple timelines.
Okay.
Ew, okay. Okay. I knock on the office door that reads Dr. Spencer Reed and wait, almost hoping no one answers. Okay, first sentence. All right, let's go. What did you take away from that sentence?
Nothing yet.
Okay, my stomach turns as the door opens and I am faced with a man that isn't at all what I was expecting. Okay, love it.
Love that.
Okay, so far it's okay. He's tall, period.
That's all you need to know.
So tall, I have to crane my face up. Ew. to see that he can't be more than 2 years older than me. Weird.
So you're 18.
Well, I have no idea. Okay, he is at least 50 years younger than all the other doctors I've seen over the course of the past 6 months. So right there alluding to the trauma.
Okay.
Right there alluding to something horrible
Been
has happened.
in and out of a doctor's
Been
office.
in and out of psychiatric institutions. Okay. Yeah, Brittany, of course that's going to be my fan fiction.
I know you were like a high schooler that was like, normal people scare me. And I know you did.
I loved American Horror Story.
And I loved Hot Topic because they sold those
Uh-huh.
shirts. Yeah.
Here we go. I stare at him quizzically.
Not a
Oh
word?
my God. Quizzically is not a word?
Nope.
Love it. Why does everyone think it's a word then?
Quizzically.
Quizzically is a word.
Inquisitively.
I think quizzically, when you do something quizzically, you do it in a questioning way. For example, if you look quizzically at your friend's strange hat, you're conveying the idea that you wonder where it came from and why she's wearing
Oh,
it.
so I'm illiterate.
No, you're not illiterate.
That's I love that word.
Quizzically?
Quizzically. Great word.
Yeah, so I'm looking at him wondering, oh, why are you 50 years younger than all my therapists that I've seen in the past 6 months due to my trauma? Okay. Oh, this is horrible. Ignoring my skeptical gaze, he extends a hand and introduces himself. Hello, Barbara.
Crazy character name.
What? That is like my dead great-grandmother's name. Oh, just grandmother. Not great. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love it,
It's so
though.
nice to meet you. I flinch. Please come in and take a seat. It's like I'm like sweating my ass off.
Like, I'm about to cry.
I stiffly walk over to the large leather couch in the far corner of the brightly lit room and sit down. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Barbara. I flinch again. Dr. Reed immediately picks up on it. Would you prefer that I not call you that? I nod. It's Bobby. I say it quietly.
Bobby!
And if anyone has listened to BNC, that was supposed to be my name when I was born.
Oh, this is your alter
B-O-B-B-I.
ego.
Okay, so this is
Okay.
actually going to be YN is me, and it's Bobby.
Right.
Okay.
Right. This is your alter ego.
Mhm. Oh, it's Bobby. I say quietly, so quietly that this is about the time that people usually ask me to repeat myself. And then in italics, but he hears me.
This is actually like, I would have read this.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, Brittany. I will not lie. The but he hears me is
But
pretty
but
good.
He
That
hears
is
me.
pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Bobby. I need to stop soon. Like I'm getting nauseous.
That's okay. I can take over.
Okay, Bobby, tell me a little bit about yourself. Anything really. Your interests, your hobbies, your favorite book, what you ate for breakfast, anything. I look at him curiously. He isn't harassing me about my past, my anxiety, my depression, ... A hard-boiled egg. I ate a hard-boiled egg for breakfast. Dr. Reed laughs, loud, hearty, and genuine. That is where I'm going to stop at this time. At this time, that is where I'm going to leave off.
Something
Maybe
was
in a future
swelling.
episode, we will pick up,
Resume. Yeah.
but not right now.
Something was swelling in my chest that I kind of was going to ask you to stop.
And that is a completely valid response. to
Can
that.
you reveal the
Guys.
plot to me?
Oh, yeah. Let me like do a little brief once over because I kind of forget. I think basically she had been stalked
Oh.
to the point of like putting her in the psych ward, maybe. And then,
This is so fucking Tumblr.
okay, so stalked to the point of psych ward. No therapist had really understood her at all. Oh my God, it's actually really good. No
Yes!
therapist had understood her. Then they have these sessions. They establish that they have feelings for each other.
Yes.
So they cannot see each other anymore.
Yes.
4 years later, because if you remember, we had started on,
Oh my God, that's right.
we are working the same case in the FBI.
So you went on. You got your
I had used my trauma, channeled that into becoming an FBI agent.
into solving crimes.
Yep.
I actually
Because
love
as
that.
they say in Criminal Minds, somebody with a dark past, they can go either two ways. They can solve crime or they can commit crime. Okay. And I had taken the I'm going to solve crime with my trauma.
I was gonna say, now that's crazy that they approved you given your psychiatric
Sure.
history.
Sure.
to now be head of investigating crime.
Turns out I was completely fine.
Turns out I just needed the love of a
But
good
surely if I had kept writing this, there would have been some, some triggers that came up throughout the case.
And he had to
That he had to help. He was kind of, right there with me. Yes. But then again, we worked together. So it's like, we have to keep that professional relationship. And yet there's that tension. It is a really good idea in theory, and if someone wants to take over, I would not be upset.
To kind of take the concept and rewrite to match modern PC wokeness, of course. Please. This is so Tumblr.
This is so... There was an edge of Tumblr that was always like, there has to be something really like mentally or physically wrong with one of the parties involved in the relationship.
I read so many... This is terrible. Y'all please fucking relax, okay? This is 2013. I used to read eating disorder fanfics.
Like you had an eating, POV, you have an eating disorder?
Your name had anorexia or whatever, and it was a member of One Direction coming in being like, baby, eat for me.
That, Tumblr was so eating disorder.
It was so
coded.
No, and I mean glorified. Glorified.
Beyond.
So scary.
I do not know how we made it out of Tumblr alive.
I didn't.
No, you're right. Oh, I don't me sitting here talking about how I'm completely delusional. I guess we didn't.
I left a part of me over.
Yeah, I left a part of me in 2014 Tumblr. You still use Tumblr, right?
Oh, every day.
I need to get back on.
It's a lot. It's just meme shit posting now. It's not anything deeply problematic or whatever. Honestly, it's kind of a break from the political sort of doom scrolling nature of Twitter and Instagram. I go on there and it's just SpongeBob gifs, and I'm like, fuck yes.
I need to do that, but I don't even know. I forget. It's just an algorithm, right? Or is it just people you follow?
No, blogs you follow. There will be recommended a kind of explore page, whatever. But it's people you follow. That's your dashboard.
I can't imagine what mine would look. It would just be what did the Glee people become? Right? What are they now?
Criminals.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a moment the other day. Do you know how I thought I did 9/11? Or no?
So that's going to be a no from me. Okay. I'm going to need you to explain that.
That was the beginning of the end for me. When I was 5, I guess I was 5 in 2001. That was when I have really bad OCD, and that was the beginning of I convinced myself that because I had was able to picture 9/11 in my head, that I actually had willed it to happen. Okay. So then I was telling my parents, I was so that is those Twin Towers that you've been hearing about? I did it. Yeah. Okay. That is actually my fault.
I got something to tell you.
So then that was the beginning of okay, Brooke needs help, therapy. God, and then, so that was the beginning of the end. And I had a moment like that the other day because I was watching The Price of Glee. Have you heard of that unauthorized documentary?
No.
It's basically just people who claim to have had a connection to people on the Glee cast, but clearly are just kind of reaching. And it's I would not recommend watching it just because I think it probably did a lot more harm than good. But just talking about the curse or whatever.
Oh,
but people were
everyone died?
how everyone died, and people were saying that Corey Monteith was driven by his obsessive fans and audience.
Oh my God.
And he just couldn't take it anymore. And that was a theory that they had on the show. And then I had convinced myself that I was part of the community that had driven him to that. And I was fuck. Not again.
Add it to the resume.
I cannot keep doing this. So I fully had could not sleep the other day because I was I've done something horrible. But I'm okay now.
Okay, great.
I've as I've gotten older, I've learned to kind of rationalize those thought spirals. But if I was 5 and watched The Price of Glee, I would have been walking up to the nearest jail being commit me now, for I have sinned.
No, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll apologize. It was me, officer. Now, was that, not to get too deep.
No,
but
not at
as
all.
a young child, did older siblings or cousins kind of pin things on you as a joke and make you feel guilty? Where did that come from?
No, because I'm the oldest. I have no idea. I think I must have just kind of felt somehow out of control as a child. So my brain just started fixating really intensely.
I wonder, because same.
Yeah.
Not like that, but I definitely had little, I have similar stories. I grew up in a house with someone who had really intense OCD. And so that kind of rubs off on you a little bit because you have to be sensitive to their compulsions. And it's just I'm sure that affected me, but the obsession that I had for things I love, I've tried to psychoanalyze myself. Yeah. I don't know where it comes from. Like I just love things so intensely, or I don't love them at all.
Well, I think that that's just like just like some people just love to love things like more than others and like love them very deeply.
Yeah.
And then there's like other factors. Like I think like my like OCD like contributes to like the fixating on people piece, and also just like not wanting to avoid things in real life. That helps with the fixating piece as well.
Yeah.
And also just like escapism. Like I do not want to be here right now. Like take me somewhere else.
Yeah. Also,
you know?
to be able to love something and be like, why is he texting me back? Girl,
right.
Bo Burnham's not going to text you back.
Right.
You can keep DMing.
Yeah. Right.
It's over.
I could like, what are you going to do when you get in the room with Bo Burnham?
I need him so, bro. I can't talk about it.
Okay. And we don't have to. We can 0.5 him.
We have got to move on. Yeah. He's on the shelf.
Okay. We can 0.5 him. Let's see what, I feel like I have so much more for us. Do you have?
I'm going to read the Darren Criss one shot.
Oh my God. Let's read a Darren Criss one shot. He is just, to this day, he's like a perfect person to be obsessed with.
When I found out he was gay in real life, I was like...
He's not. He's married to a woman with a child. He just had a baby.
Are you lying?
No, I'm dead serious.
What the fuck?
He's like known as like the gayest straight man.
Why did
ever.
I think he was gay in real life?
Because he's like the gayest straight man ever.
Did he ever date a man?
On Glee.
Me thinking Glee was a canon event in my life.
No, he's straight. That's like one of life's like amazing mysteries.
God.
Yeah. Did you ever watch a Harry Potter musical? I was deep into a Harry Potter musical.
No, but that sounds like something you would be into.
That's him. He was Harry. That was his beginning.
What the fuck?
Him and his friends at college just like made a musical based off of Harry Potter, and it was like the first thing to go viral.
Brooke, I think like I need to like have a moment.
You need to go on a Darren Criss spiral.
Flare up.
Yeah. And hey, we're having a flare up right now, and that's fine.
And,
it's really nice to have a flare up with someone else.
It is.
Yeah.
Are you in a permanent Darren Criss sort of? Or
He's always like people in tier 3 can always have flare ups that move them to tier 2.
Sure.
So right now, because of the flare up, he's in tier 2.
Okay, love that.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was in like tier 7 for me. Moved
What's
up to
tier 7?
5. Tier 7
kind of
like maybe I reblogged a picture of him in 2014. Logan Lerman, do you remember him?
Yeah.
Josh Hutcherson.
Oh, Josh was lethal.
That's dude.
Lethal.
On my
Hunger
iPod
Games.
Touch, he was the bag Hunger Games. Fucking
Lethal.
Peta Mellark changed me as a woman, made me a woman.
Who made you a woman, Peta? Or was there someone before? For me, Clay Aiken.
Stop!
I wish I was kidding.
Like, I think you're lying.
No.
Pull up a picture of Clay.
Okay, no, you have to pull a picture of him when he was on American Idol. It was when I was watching him live. Also, you have to take into account his voice as well as the transformation that he went through during the season. The whole package.
Brooke, I need you to be serious.
Yeah.
Brooke, I need you
Also, I was 7.
to be real.
So, like, you don't, like, know. I was, like, he was just, like, a sweet-looking boy to me when I was 7.
Okay.
With the voice of an angel.
So this wasn't, like, your sexual awakening.
No,
This
I
was
think
like,
it was.
I think he's...
Or maybe 8. Well, I was like, that was the first time I was like, I want to kiss someone.
We're looking at the same photo, right?
Yeah.
That photo right there.
Okay, but imagine you're 7.
It's not
like
helping.
he's like sweet looking.
Okay.
When you're like, you know, when you're like little, you're not looking for like, oh, like you don't even know what it really means to be like, hot.
I think
like he was just non-threatening.
He made me feel safe.
He made me feel safe. And the voice of an angel.
And I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had 3. My first ever where I was like, he's cute, was Ash from Pokemon.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, of course. I was like 6, 7. And I was like, well, he's kind of want to kiss him. But I don't know what kissing is.
Right.
And then second, I think, was Joe Jonas. And that was a serious one.
And you had just connected with him as well.
Yeah, and
you did amazingly. I screamed in his face.
And you think I'm not going to do that?
I was like a monster.
No, you know who I would have actually screamed? Sophie Turner.
And he was literally, I was there with you and he was like, oh my God, my wife loves you.
And I don't give a fuck about Joe Jonas.
No.
I care about Sophie Turner.
And she cares about you.
Don't say that.
She said it.
That's stupid. But I think that, it was Joe Jonas. And then shortly after that was the Twilight phase. And that was like,
you got to come back on for the Twilight episode.
Oh, we need to do a Twilight. Like, we'll wear our shirts. We'll paint our faces super white and glittery.
White face.
White face. White face, I'm obsessed.
Yes.
I think that was for the first time I was like, I want to see a penis.
Yeah. No, I agree that was more like, ooh, what is sex? I'm interested.
I'm a little intrigued.
Yeah. Okay. This is Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it
I
just
agree.
spiral downhill from
I
there.
agree. And that's like the perfect age period. We were like 6th, 7th grade
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Maybe I'm
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah. Huh. Tell me more about that.
Huh. So
Yes.
cock and ball.
Both of them. There's two. Huh. Very cool. Very cool.
Can we pull up a picture of cock and ball?
Vampire cock and balls.
Go ahead and
Okay,
scroll
give us
down.
that Darren Criss one shot.
Okay.
Sorry, we had gotten a little sidetracked. Not no one's fault. Aww. Oh my God. Do you want to read it? Can you see that?
I cannot see that.
I can kind of. Oh, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like me to read it?
Yeah, kind of.
Imagine you and Darren moving into an apartment together. It's been a couple of
Stop you
months.
right there.
No,
Hell yes.
that's, I mean, like, was it Christmas?
Aw.
Decorating a tree with Darren Criss. I have to go home and write pictures of Darren Criss. I didn't know he was straight. Okay. It's been a couple of months and you feel like you've been way too clingy to him.
Shoot.
And it might be suffocating him not to have any boundaries. You've had a few arguments as well. Ooh. Those arguments weren't the kind that happened to you and Darren.
Okay.
This one night in particular was the big one. I love her typing this like she's talking to her friend. Okay, so like there's this one night in particular. After a huge argument, Darren left the apartment and you were ready to burst out into tears. You and Darren never fought so much before. Maybe it was the fact that you were living together now and always around each other. You decided to head out for a walk to clear your head. You were sure Darren was doing the same thing. You come home a couple hours later to see Darren on the couch. Hi. Do you want to do dialogue back and forth with me?
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
You say as you take off your jacket. I tried texting you.
I needed to clear my head. So I went over to the park and just sat on the grass.
I went to record a song doing the same. You sat down next to him taking a deep breath. You look into Darren's puppy dog eyes. I think I need to move out, Darren. It's not healthy for our relationship.
What? No, that's not what I
Darren,
want.
we both have to be adults about this. We've been in more... You like the acting? We've been in more arguments than ever since moving in together. Darren looked away from you. You knew you upset him, but in the end, he knew you were right. This is like...
Wait,
they're
who am I?
breaking up.
Darren or...
You're Darren.
Okay.
I'm your name.
Okay. You're YN.
I'm YN.
Okay.
This is sad.
No, I'm devastated. But that being said, if it's going to be a fight to make up scenario,
Okay, yeah.
that's good.
I don't want to go. Oh, wait. Darren looked away from you. You knew you upset him, but in the end, he knew you were right. I don't want us to go backwards. You're too important to me, and I don't want to lose you.
Darren, you're not going to lose me. I promise.
Loose?
We're just being smart about all this.
You look into each other's eyes. Darren brings you in for a nice, passionate kiss. He stops for a moment and then smiles.
You know what this means, right?
Darren smiled. You smiled, and off you and Darren went to the bedroom.
And that is going to be written by Carlene.
Thank you, Carlene.
Let's hear for Carlene.
Thank you. Follow Darren Criss Imagines on Tumblr if you would like more of this content.
Now, I actually don't think I get it. Okay, let's not live to each other. You know what that means.
Her being 14.
Okay, you know what that means.
You know what that means? Penis. That's literally
Cock
her
and
being
ball, let's go.
cock and ball. Let's get
Okay,
it.
very cool. Oh my God, Christmas, Brittany.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Christmas.
Oh, this better be cute. Because that one, hey, I'll be honest, Carlene, love you, but that sucked.
That one, missed the mark a little bit, Carlene.
Missed
But
the
hey,
mark. We honestly are left a little confused.
okay, that's fine though. Hopefully this one. Should we do one more?
Yeah, you want to read it?
Okay, I can read this one. It's hard to believe that I haven't seen Darren in over 3 years.
Oh my God.
He has been deployed.
I just drooled. I just drooled onto the table. Oh my God. My face is hot. I have to leave.
Okay.
I have to
Okay,
leave.
come on, Carlene, please.
Come on, Carlene, let's get it.
Christmas and deployed. Okay, he's been deployed for so long. He has missed so many holidays and birthdays that I have almost lost hope in him coming home. Each day got harder and harder without him.
Period.
Holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas were hard for me to celebrate because my one true love wasn't there to celebrate with me.
Felt that.
My friends and family had tried everything in their power to help me too. This Christmas really took the cake though. Everyone came over to Darren and I's apartment to help me get into the Christmas spirit, especially since I seemed to not be in the holiday spirit anymore. As we were putting ornaments on the tree, someone ended up knocking on the door. Dad, can you get the door for me? I have goosebumps.
I'm about to cry.
My dad shook his head and headed towards the door. We continued to put the ornaments up when my dad came up behind me. Honey, someone's here to see you. Dad, who is? As I turned, my whole body froze. There he was. Darren in the flesh after all these years of not seeing him. He is back in our apartment and we are together again.
Oh my God.
I started crying. Darren, Merry Christmas, beautiful.
Oh
I dropped everything and ran over to him. He picked me up and spun me around. Everyone was teary-eyed and thankful that Darren was home safe and sound. Darren put me back on the ground, but still held me tight. I can't believe you're here, Darren. I've missed you so much, I said as I continued crying into his uniform. I am just glad I got to be here with you, babe. I've missed you so much too. But you know what? I'm not going anywhere. I love you. I love you too. From that moment on, the holidays were never lonely again.
No, see, that's Carlene too. Holy shit.
Let's hear it
Carlene,
for Carlene, everyone. Wow.
Do you think she took some notes from my fanfiction?
I think so. But I don't think Darren left a piece of himself in Afghanistan.
No,
it seems like he's all there from what I've read of.
They had him overseas doing paperwork.
Yeah. He was not on the front lines.
No,
like
and I
Cole.
do appreciate. I think he could have spiced it up if he was shell shocked a bit.
Right. a little.
If he came in and
But
tackled her to the ground.
That's where you come in.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to rewrite this, I would have they would be sleeping in bed that night, and he would have a night terror, and he would
shoot up,
sweating, and then
you would be there to comfort him.
Yes, I'd be like, "You're home. It's me. It's Darren. This isn't you."
It's Brittany. Come back to me. Listen to the sound of my voice.
This was great. This one was
That
good.
was really good.
That was great.
Wow. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's a really good note to end on.
I mean,
Brittany,
you can't get much better than that.
I cannot thank you enough for coming on the first episode of
I
Success.
love you to goddamn death.
I love you to goddamn death. I can't wait for you to come back for the Twilight episode, as well as, kind of, I think we should just do check-ins
I agree.
for us, and our
It's healthy.
brains and our development.
I think it's so. Can I just say something really quick?
Please.
Also, I think this podcast is fucking incredible because it's so validating for all the girls. Because there are so many. That's my entire fan base. Is
Right.
the girls like us,
Right.
of people who just love things with their whole heart,
And
and are tired of hiding it. you
And
know?
that just means we love a lot. We've got a lot of love to give, and there's nothing wrong with that. So let's, work on normalizing that in this space.
Let's get it, y'all.
Let's get it. Come on now. Okay. Come on. Let's go. Kenny and Izzy, do you have any sort of questions as we wrap up, or anything that you want to add? Something that, you're obsessed with? I feel bad I didn't even ask you any questions during this.
No, I mean, like you said, this is a safe space. I used to have a fan account for One Direction.
Who was your fave?
Louis.
I was a Louis girl too.
Yes.
I feel safe.
There's not many of us, I will say.
Yeah.
He sells out these venues though.
I know.
Yeah.
He's made to come back.
And as I've said, it's not out yet, but maybe there will be a One Direction episode coming soon. Who knows?
Hey.
I think Louis girls are the most, have got the greatest head on their shoulders right now.
Yeah.
They saw something that not all of us could see.
Sending love to the Liam
Yeah,
girls.
that part. Sending absolutely
so
nothing
much
but love
love
to the Liam community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny, what's going through your head after this episode as somebody who might not be obsessed with things in this kind of capacity?
Right. Well, I just first want to say it's an honor to be here. I'm so thankful that you had me be a part of this awesome journey today.
Honored to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kenny and Izzy have really done everything to get this pod up and running. So
it's been so fun.
Thank them
but
enough.
I think what I'm looking forward to most personally is just the growth that I'm going to have. I think
Mm-hmm.
my own arc here, absorbing all these things that you're talking about, because I'm going to be honest, I'm completely lost right now.
Yeah,
but
and that's fine.
I'm embracing this feeling.
Yeah.
I actually, Izzy and I prepared some tier lists.
Oh.
If that's okay, we don't want to take up too much
That's
more
more than
time.
okay, and I
Okay.
encourage it.
I just have a few, and I'll just read you some tier ones
Please.
from mine.
Okay.
And I do want to preface this by saying I think a lot of these were formed. My 3 tier ones were formed during my formative years of puberty.
Yes.
The most important, arguably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are where the most intense tier ones come
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
For those years.
And my 3 in tier 1, 4, but Rashida Jones.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw her on The Office, I was a Pam guy,
Mm-hmm.
but
You completely
seeing Rashida
pivoted.
Jones blew me away.
Yes.
That was
Wow.
shocking. She's smart, funny, beautiful, everything. Keira Knightley
Yeah.
is my other.
Yes.
We had to watch Pride and Prejudice
Gorgeous.
in 7th grade, Miss Sexton's English class.
Oh, that'll
and
do it.
I was hooked on the movie just because of Keira.
Yeah.
I didn't follow the plot a lick.
Now, were you a
She
Pirates
is
of the
a plot.
Caribbean adult as well when she was Elizabeth Swan?
She got me there too.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was Pride and Prejudice with Matthew McFadden.
Understand.
I still need to watch that.
Yeah.
I know.
Brooke, don't, unless like you need to pencil it in because like it's gonna be at least.
I'm gonna need to be alone.
Yes.
Yeah. And earlier you were talking about that feeling of wanting to kiss.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think
Yeah.
that my first feeling with that was Kate Bosworth in Blue Crush.
Blue Crush is.
I haven't seen that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a surf movie from years ago, and I remember I grew up near the beach, and I remember I would go in the water and be like, "Well, if I drown, maybe Kate Bosworth would pull me out and save
maybe
me."
she would, Kenny.
Yeah, and it's still a possibility.
And that's
today,
a fan fiction
so.
you could write.
That is.
I could write a Kate
And you know what?
Bosworth.
I'm sure one exists.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we could pull it up on a future episode.
Yeah,
I could
I'd love
even write
that.
one and present it
I'd
to
love
the
that.
class. So
I'd love that.
yeah, thank you for letting me share. Those are my tier ones.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
vulnerability.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good, Kenny.
Okay, my
Okay,
tier
Izzy.
ones. This is an obvious one, Harry Styles. So I'm
Yes.
gonna move past that. Bill Skarsgård. I did say this earlier. Something about him as Pennywise did it for me.
There is something about a bad boy.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my therapist wrote that down.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. Post Malone, which I get that part.
Yeah.
I get shit on by all my friends for that. So, and then my last one is Dacre Montgomery.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
He wavers. He's
Stranger
the guy in Stranger Things.
Billy. You would
Billy?
recognize him, maybe.
Could we pull up a Fardar?
I've heard her.
He wavers between 1 and 2.
Uh-huh.
Right now he's in a 1 because I remembered he existed.
Right.
And now my entire TikTok is him again, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, but again, I do have to scroll because I
Mm-hmm.
get upset by the other comments.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
gorgeous.
Oh my God.
Australian. So
Yeah.
he does have an accent.
He looks
Yeah.
Australian.
Yeah.
I would be scared to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
I feel like we're like a different species almost. If that makes any sort of sense.
You don't speak the common tongue.
No.
I think you know who and this is a question for you as well. Thoughts on Jeremy Allen White?
100%.
Out of the park.
Out of the park.
For you?
I see it. I don't
Okay.
feel it, but I definitely see it and I respect it.
Hey, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
that's
it
fine.
with Jeremy Allen.
Yeah.
Period.
Like,
I mean, he's got an energy to him.
it's
You're
the energy,
drawn.
Kenny.
You
Kenny,
want
you
to
get
hang
it.
out with us. Look at that.
It's,
Oh my god.
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
You can't look directly at it. He is like beyond. He is going to be remembered in history books
Can I say
as
something?
having an energy.
Oh, that and the eyes. He's the guy with
Piercing.
the eyes.
Piercing.
Killian Murphy.
And I felt that way in Shameless too.
It's over.
Mm.
I think also what really ruined it for me. It really took me out of it. 5'7".
Oh, I don't mind.
Well, because you're tiny and cute.
Right.
I'm like 5'9".
I think I could truly date someone who's like 5'5", and I would still be looking up.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I could take Jeremy Allen White and put him in a headlock
Yeah.
and give him a noogie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
kiss his
That's like the
top of him.
one good thing about being short is
Yeah.
like it just like simply doesn't matter. All right. Well,
Well,
I love it, Brittany. I
I
really
love
do.
it though.
And thank you all for listening. Subscribe to Obsessed with Brooke on YouTube. Follow Obsessed with Brooke on TikTok and Instagram. And Brittany, you need to plug everything as well.
I do. I have a podcast as well called The Broski Report with Brittany Broski, which we have got to have you on.
It is so fucking fun.
Immediately, you're coming on.
I would love to. But no pressure.
And that would be the first guest as well.
No, don't do that.
You know, you and Connor were the first guests and only guests on violating community guidelines. What else? That's it.
Talk about
Oh
your
my
new show.
I have a show that just came out, which is called Royal Court. And it is on the Brittany Broski YouTube channel. And it's a celebrity talk show. It's medieval themed, very Game of Thrones-esque. And it's a great time. So y'all go check that out.
I'm so excited.
And again, it's called Royal Court. So y'all go, thank you so much, y'all.
All right. Well, bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Go ahead and watch those things. And, we'll see you next week. And thank you again and everything.
What
And
are the next two episodes about? How long was the second one?
the second one I did by myself.
How long was that?
Like an hour?
Okay.
50 minutes?
Oh, damn. Okay. I thought you were going to say like 2 hours.
No. I kept it in check.
Okay.
All right.
Troll.
I will never get good at ending.